Welcome back to Sports Desk right here on the Captain TV studios. Yes, before we went on that break, I told you guys that we're having two amazing humans with me today. They are both football players. One is Adeyemi Abass. He plays for Banik Ostrava, yes, and for a team in Czech Republic, but they have their academy right here in Nigeria. Good afternoon, Adeyemi. Welcome to Sports Desk.
Thank you very much. Delighted to be here.
Okay, thank you for honoring our invitation. I also have Okeowo Isaac. I hope I got that right.
Okeowo Isaac.
All right, he plays for Olympic Hybrid, a team owned right here in Nigeria. Good afternoon, Isaac. Welcome to Sports Desk.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Yeah, before we came live, you guys told me you play for Man United, you play for Barcelona.
No, I support Man United.
Oh, sorry. You get there, yeah. So how's the football dreams been?
Well, everything possible. God making everything possible. It hasn't been really easy, you know. Coming from Nigeria, growing up in Nigeria, it hasn't been really easy, you know, through the ups and downs. And they always say there's 1 in a million makes it in Nigeria. So I always wish I'm that one out of the million.
Okay.
So I pray, like, you know, I'm still open. When they are playing the big stage, like the Champions League, the Manchester United, you just call for me.
Yeah,
so,
you will, definitely.
So that's just it. You know, growing up in Nigeria, when I was really small, my parents, they were not really supportive. You know, they were not really supporting me to play football. They were like, you have to go to school, you have to, you know, read first, you know. You have to get the certificate. But me, I wanted to play football so badly that anytime I'm sent on an errand, I have to branch a field to play football first. So, you know, it has really been my passion to play football growing up. So I'm still happy. I'm still keeping the dream alive. So hopefully one day I'll get to make it to the big stage.
All right, let me hear from you, Isaac.
Well, I think every Nigerian footballer shares the same story. Because basically, once you just realize that this is my dream, this is my passion, this is something I want to do, it's just that zeal. And like that example you gave, yes, definitely, the majority of us will be sent on errands, go and grind pepper, and then you come with pepper, just drop it by the field, you play, and then there are 200, it's been 3 hours, it's been 4 hours, where is this boy? And then you go home to go and face the punishment, but at least you're excited that you got to play football. But yeah, like you said, it's a 1 in 100, 1 in a million thing in Africa, because unlike the other European countries, you know, these ones they are laced with the opportunities, the academies. You know, when you're able to join a national academy, Chelsea academy, you grow from the ranks, and then. But in Nigeria, how many academies are really functioning that much? And then when you even get in, there are a lot of you trying out for the academy. So it's really hard work and grace and prayer for you to get into it. But majorly we all just keep doing it and hoping that one day our prayers get answered, our dreams come alive.
All right, hopefully your dreams come alive.
Amen.
I mean, you guys look so young and it seems really promising.
Yeah.
And I can only believe that the sky should be your starting point. Okay, so how did you get into this academy?
Well, I've played through different clubs. Started from Lagos. When I was in Lagos, I played with an amateur team, turned pro, because we started from LL1, then we got permission to play in NLL. Then I played for a while. Then I came to Abuja to try to relax a bit. Then during my time playing in Abuja here, I got invited to a team here. So then I played for a while. Then it wasn't really serious, because then I was like, okay, it's my time to relax. It wasn't really serious. Then I started playing for an academy, Kasmat Academy here in Abuja. Then I played for a while there. We traveled, we played different competitions, different matches, So with those matches that I played, I also got invited to play for another team, TBC, to, try to, move forward with my career. Then after a while I played also, and now I'm in Central Academy because, through the invitations and everything, I've been like almost known. So I was recommended to play in the Central Academy. So at least from there, at least I won't have to stress myself, since the team that I was the Central Academy is in Czech Republic. So I'll be able to move quickly and forward my football.
But while playing for Banik Ostrava, do you guys have opportunity to travel to Czech, play with the youth team over there?
Yeah, we have different players in Czech Republic already.
Okay.
And I've already signed with the club.
Oh,
So
that's nice.
So it's more like a big privilege, more opportunity for me in particular and other players in the club to play and play over abroad too.
All right. Do you have also the same story?
Well, for me, basically, I started out in Lagos as well.
Okay.
Academies here and there, my under 13 days, under 10 days, kept growing, and then I came to Abuja, and I think after I joined Casmat, we became friends through football, so in the estates, and then when he joined Casmat, he invited me to join Casmat with him, so we were together in Casmat, and then after a while, we left. I got another, like you said, I got an invitation somewhere else, he got an invitation somewhere else. We were playing there, and then someone recommended me to this team that I am actually, like an uncle friend. So he just told me, oh, come to so place, go and join them. And then when I went there, they were doing trials for players. So luckily, I got picked to be amongst the team members, and that's where I've been with them since.
All right, that's nice. Obviously, the under-17 competitions, they've come, they've gone.
Yeah.
Under-20s, but you guys would have, loved to feature in that.
Definitely. I wish one day, though. Definitely. I mean,
what do you have to do to eventually feature this team?
If you ask me honestly, though, it's just little, because if we should leave the sentiments apart, we have a lot of talented players.
So many, sure.
So if you say, I would say personally, it's not only about your talent.
Okay.
You have to do more, because if you believe in your talent too much, there's someone that doesn't have the talent through his work ethics and working hard, trying to become a better player every day. It's gonna come and overtake you. So I believe it's every player's dream to play for the national team, as in to wear that Nigeria jersey. So it's every player's dream to play. And I wish one day.
Okay, continue.
So I wish one day, though, because I still believe it's possible. I still believe it's possible.
Dreams are definitely possible. Now we are singing the praises of Victor Osimhen because of his exploit last season with Napoli and all. And if you followed his story closely, you realize he comes from a very poor background. He started his journey in Lagos. He talked about the struggles he experienced while trying to go, big. He lost his mom along the way. He was selling pure water in the streets of Lagos, and he's celebrated by the whole of the Neapolitans and the world at large. Everybody wants to share with him. I even saw a video on Instagram where Tony Olumelu, the businessman, was congratulating him. Everybody's wearing his jersey, they're singing his praises, but nobody, really
in the background.
Yes, people don't really focus more on the beginning. And the beginnings for me are the real deal. And I was asking myself one day, I'm like, Osimhen, like, how did he against so odds, find himself there?
I think recently Burna Boy said something in one of his videos. He said, how did he put it? I think he said, hustle, so you don't have to explain that I tried.
Yes,
exactly. Because nobody's going to believe if Osimhen didn't become a successful footballer. Nobody's going to believe that I saw pure water on the streets of Lagos. My mom died, this and that. We are able to relate to this story because he is where he is already today.
Sure.
So people are able to say, oh wow, you had to go through all of this and then you are here. I mean, you're strong. You fought hard. So there are people that might have gone through worse than what Osimhen have gone through and they didn't become successful.
Yes.
But how will anybody believe that they did go through worse because they are not successful? So plenty of the times, it's not about it's not, like you said, it's not just about your hard work too. You just need grace. Because for the national team issues that you were talking about, I mean, when they do an open trial for the national team, the field is always filled up. You would see, like, I'm not even exaggerating, you would see about 1,000 or more than 1,000 players on the field. And the team just needs about a 30-man list and then there are 1,000. So it's even a problem for the coaches because they are looking at so many talents. Oh, this guy is a very good left back. Oh, I like the way this guy is attacking. Oh, I like this guy's cross. I like this. Now the coaches are also thinking, how do I pick? So you know you're a good left back. This other man knows he's a good left back. That other man knows he's a good left back. I mean, you are all good left backs. But I can't carry all 7 left backs to the World Cup. I need just 2.
So what does
I need just 3. So it just boils down majorly. It boils down to your grace. It boils down to, and then at times you might
you might actually be the best left back. It might be so evident that you have everything, but you don't listen to instructions.
Okay.
You know. I mean, there are times when in your playing career you know that I am this good. I would let's attribute it to this Zlatan confidence. Zlatan Ibrahimovic, everybody says he's arrogant, but he's confident in himself. He knows that I will do this. I can't do this thing, and I will do it. So let's assume you have that kind of confidence. Then you now allow it get into your head. Coaches are telling you, okay, I understand that you can play like this, but I need you to play like that. And like, no, it doesn't work that way with me. And then the coach realized that, okay, this is an arrogant player. And there's one who probably, as a fullback, he doesn't know how to cross.
Okay.
But he knows how to defend. And then when the coach tells him, okay, I don't want you to run too much, I want you to say, he's doing all of that. That's another thing that would just make them, okay, I think I can work with this one. Even if he's not as good as this other person.
He can learn.
He can learn. And I can improve him. So it boils down to your hard work, how attentive you are, how respectful, character,
discipline.
Your discipline, and then majorly boils down to grace.
You agree with him?
I do agree with me. Very there's no argument about it. Your discipline, self-discipline is very, very important because if you're playing, you have to play to coach's instruction. That's very important. Even though you're not the best player in the team, if your coach knows, if I tell this boy this team is going to bring it out, and you have to be a team player too. So you can't be a team player if you're not disciplined yourself.
Yeah.
So you have to be a team player, and it goes down to grace as well, because everything is by God's grace.
All right. I mean, I know you're a big Ronaldo fan, and you know what? The reason his name popped up in my head is because Ronaldo. I know him as someone that sometimes he feels like he's bigger than the club. If I'm not wrong, he's always like. Look, I read about him this morning. I was just going through Instagram. I saw a video about Ronaldo when he started playing football, coming from a very poor home, having to struggle. He had some ailment. He fought through. You talked about hard work, and Ronaldo's name also pops into my head. He worked really hard, and he also talked about the fact that your talent is not enough.
Talent is never enough.
Because if it's about talent, like you guys said, there's so many talented people. Like I had someone one time on the show, and he was talking about the fact that he used to play football. When he was young, he was that time now they used to call him Deco. But it wasn't enough. Do you understand? So Ronaldo name comes into my head because he talked about the fact that you need to work hard. But I noticed something with this generation. It's like they want to skip the process. When someone wants to walk before they crawl. Yeah. That is the problem I notice with so many people. And I'm sure you guys see a lot.
Yeah, I think I remember one, I don't know how true it is, but there's a saying from what Jose Mourinho said about players of these days. He said, players of these days don't take responsibility.
Sure.
They are very, very childish. He said a 23-year-old Frank Lampard was already a man. That's when Mourinho was talking about his time at Chelsea. Because he saw that, yes, we just lost the match. They are sad. They are pained that, okay, I mean, it could just be one match. They could win the rest. But they are pained about that particular one that they've just lost. So there's this responsibility that is on them that, okay, now we should. They know that they are expecting to give themselves 100% all the time. Yeah. So when they slip up, there's just that pain in them that no, I don't think we should have done it like that. But these days, if you see some players lose a match and in 2 hours time they are in private jets, hosting a party, doing on IG and all this. Sure. So there's no like I was saying earlier before the show started, there's no sense of responsibility in those times. When Ronaldo was growing up, all those times they had this what's it called, this passion. The zeal was in them more. I think it was more about the fame than the money then. They wanted to be associated with the fact that I am known to be a footballer, like I am a footballer. Sure. So the pride that comes with being a footballer, yes, that's what they wanted to be associated with. But right now, it is there's this amount of money in football. Let's go and make this money. I mean, parents didn't used to support football before. Now you see everybody's mother going to the field. I'm going to this. How much is my son? I mean, I saw a video of Rashidat Ajibade. How mom traveled to Atletico Madrid to support her daughter. It was a surprise anyway on Mother's Day, and it was beautiful to watch. So now parents pray. They even take they save up money to take their kids to the academy. They know what's in the business because it's not joke, man. They know what's involved. Like, I mean, if a player is collecting close to like
millions in naira. Like, let me just say millions in naira, for instance. Then
In a week?
In a week. Come on. Come on. I mean,
what job pays you that in Nigeria? The minimum wage.
And not just the salary, the endorsement deal, all the competition,
I mean,
the fan base. You can be influenced. You can be an influencer. You can be a brand ambassador.
Messi's deal in Inter Miami now. People were all shouting that, oh, you should have taken the Saudis deal. The Saudis deal was more money, but I think people just don't read into deals. They just see, oh, amount,
the big amount,
that big amount, and they just think what Messi is going to be earning as an Inter Miami player.
Yeah.
I don't think his children, Thiago Messi, I don't think their own children's will suffer again, because they signed a deal with Apple and then with Adidas, and I mean that's a lifetime kind of deal. So
obviously that's it. So you're telling me a story about you, your dad, and
for me, my dad was never really fond of my football.
Okay.
And I think my dad is majorly a businessman. I didn't grow up with my dad. He and my mom were separated. So when I started living with him, it was, I think the first time I ever spoke to him, I was still very young. I was about 9. My stepbrother was in the house then. So my dad asked the both of us randomly. Then he had a friend who was in the house. That one is a sports person.
Okay.
So he had a friend. He just asked us randomly, "Oh, what do you want to be in the future?" And my younger brother said, "Oh, I want to be a pilot." And I mean, he wanted to be a marine pilot. My dad was in the marine, so he said, "Oh, that's nice." Then he turned to me and asked me. I think that was like the first time I was living with him. He said, "What do you want to be?" And I said, "I want to be a footballer."
Who was your idol then?
Then I don't think I had an idol.
There was no one you idolized.
There was no one I idolized. Okay, if I wanted to idolize someone, I would say that was my cousin, my older cousin.
Oh.
He used to play football then. So.
What about you? Did you have an idol at the time?
Ronaldinho.
I kind of liked him too. Continue.
So anyways, when I told my dad, I saw this shock on his face, like, what?
What did he say? Are you okay?
They are doctors, they are lawyers, you chose to.
Yeah.
His friend was surprised that at that age I knew what I was saying.
Okay.
Like I wasn't saying I want to do a doctor. Like it was not the normal. Oh, I want to be a lawyer. I want to be a doctor.
Sure.
I was already certain of what I wanted to do from that young age. Then his friend told me. Then he made one statement. He said, "I need you to finish your education, and then when you're able to get that, definitely you play football." And I held on to that.
Okay.
And so in 2017, we were just in the parlor. We were watching the news, and on underneath, my dad saw the headline of Neymar's move to PSG. Then he saw the money. He said 222 million naira. He said it in Yoruba for one person, and I said no, it's not 222 million naira. I said
Euros.
It was signed for 222 million euros. I didn't even know what my dad was doing. He was on his phone. Apparently, he was calculating the money. This is how much they are giving this guy. I said no, they pay the club this. But he's collecting about 500 or 600,000 pounds every week. Oh. My dad calculated again. he said, okay, this is what this guy is collecting every week, every month. I said, no, every Friday, this is what enters this guy's account. My dad looked at his phone and looked at me. That I should explain further that, what am I? I said, yeah, 600,000 pounds every week. He said, okay, what of the Nigerian footballers? I said, well, for the Nigerian footballers, they don't really get as much as that, but I mean, a Nigerian can get 120,000 pounds every week. Then he calculated again. 120,000 pounds every week.
Yes.
In this thing that I do, I said, yes, sir. I didn't know. And since then, that's when he picked up the interest that, okay, this ball, you are really actually going to play.
Wow. But if it's in the words of Audio Nigalo, it would be like, I mean, why do you go to work every day?
Why?
Like, why do you go out?
It's to make money, yeah.
So why do you play football? Anyone that tells you otherwise is obviously lying to you. We go out every day to look for our daily bread. In the end, money is the thing at the back of your mind when you do that.
Well, for me, I have to be honest. No, money is part of it, because
okay, let's say money is 70%.
When you know, sorry to call him short, but when you know the kind of job you're doing. For a football, we already know there is money in it. Okay. So it's like a set down this thing. You know that when you get successful, money comes with it. But it's not just, if it's just the money, most players will be happy when they sign for Saudi or they sign for one small thing that is paying them some amount. But you see players, I mean, if I get signed today and I'm collecting 20,000 pounds, that's almost a lot of money in Nigeria if I convert it. So I would say I don't need to start working harder again. I mean, £20,000 is already enough for me. I don't need to be doing more. But I want the glory that comes with being a footballer too.
No, speaking of the glory, I feel like money shouldn't be the defining factor.
Yeah. Exactly.
I think the passion.
I agree with that.
Be.
That's it.
That is why when I watched the likes of Pele, I watched their documentary, I watched Maradona, I watched how. Okay, let's focus on Pele. Because Maradona was a bit reckless. Now, Pele grew up in Bauru in Brazil. He came from a very poor home, although he knew at the back of his head that he had to work hard to help his family come out of this poverty. But other than that, he was so passionate about football that he played football up until when, I mean, he won 3 World Cups for Brazil. And that's a record. He's the only player that has won 3 World Cups.
Yeah.
I mean, he played for the passion. And even Ronaldo, I keep calling Ronaldo's name. Messi was obviously gifted by God to play football. He also worked hard. But Ronaldo was very passionate. Yeah. He knew football. He said it. Football was the only way out of that family poverty and predicament. And he worked hard. Now, it brings me down to Nigeria. I feel like our Nigerian players, that if Osimhen keeps up this momentum and plays well next season, I will be happy. But I don't want, I noticed Nigerian players, they get carried away. Is it because we come from Africa, you know, there's no money, you now see all this money, it changes you or your mentality. But see, do you understand what I'm saying?
I mean, I understand what you're saying. It's almost like, let me just say 80% of Nigerian players. Okay. Because when they see the money, they'll be like, this money is big. They'll feel distracted. You know, and as a player, you have to have a personal goals. You have to have where you're going to. If now you started your career at a very good age, for instance, now you're collecting a good amount of money, you're collecting like close to let me say £50,000 a week. That's obviously very big, and you get carried away at a very young age. You definitely have to know yourself that you can't go really far in that football, because you have to know, okay, I have to, before I start enjoying. Let's look at the likes of Nasser, Chelsea, former Chelsea player. If you look at Nasser now, he's big and Man City player. Sorry, he's big now like this. So but during his time as a player, he played really well. Okay. He knew there's time for enjoyment. But most problems we Nigerian players face is when we just see this small amount of money, we start getting carried away. Okay,
so I have a question for both of you. Who is the greatest Nigerian footballer to ever grace the footballing world? Quickly.
For me, the first that comes to my mind is Okeowo. Yeah.
What about you? Rashidi Yakini?
Not really. I mean, I really don't know. I really don't know much of the greats, but I would say for me, in terms of achievement, I would go with Okeowo for what he did
with the Ajax Invincible,
and then with Arsenal Invincible.
I mean, I feel like when we talk about our Nigerian, what is the best we can actually talk about right now? If Osimhen maybe moves to PSG or stays with Napoli and maybe next year wins the Champions League, I think I will consider him the greatest because of what he's done. If he keeps scoring goals, because if you check JJ Okocha's career, he had the best dribbling skills. He played like Ronaldinho, but he didn't really win much. If you check it, and you cannot, say someone is great without the trophies the achievement to back it up. And that's why I agree with when you said
Okeowo. To reiterate on what you just said, using what you just said, if you're judging a player just solely based on their trophies, and then I don't think Harry Kane should be considered a great striker.
No, Harry Kane, nobody has, although people want to argue that between Harry Kane and DJ Drogba, but then I'm like, that is not a
that's not an argument.
I mean, if you dip it, Harry Kane is the second highest goal scorer
in the history, and he's still on course to beat Alan Shearer's record. We know that.
He still has very good.
But he's not a legend in the game because there's nothing to show for.
Yeah, he's not a legend of any club.
Thank you.
But he's going to be, if he retires breaking Alan Shearer's record, that is a legendary status.
Yes, obviously that is. But let's just focus on our Nigeria. I honestly wish our Nigerian brothers can, strive to achieve more other than money. When I say strive to achieve, look at Mo Salah. He has won the league, won the Champions League. He's African. He's from Egypt. Look at Riyad Mahrez. He's doing the same thing. And also go on, conquer Africa, win the African Cup of Nations, because the last time we won it was 2013. I feel like our Nigerian players should actually do more.
I think we are getting there little by little, because I have a very good as in prospects for this our upcoming players.
You have a very good prospect.
I feel our big names now in Europe now are really making way for us, because they are really making them see.
Well, all right. So it's got to, our time is fast spent. But do you think Nigeria can win the African Cup of Nations?
Yeah.
Oh yes, definitely.
So we are the favorite.
Osimhen said in one interview recently, he said he believes in this squad so much.
All right. I also believe in this squad so much. So I wish them all the best. I also wish our ladies all the best. The World Cup will be next week.
Oh, yeah.
I hope they conquer the world. I hope so. Anyways,
yeah.
Thank you so much, guys, for being on the show with me. It was an amazing time with you guys. Thank you. Thank you to our amazing viewers. Let's do this again. Same time, same station. I am Dearest Mba. Do have a wonderful day. Bye.